Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miss back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another CDL video, and finally, we have the Royal Ravens confirmed roster. Of course, we basically already knew what it was going to be, but finally we have confirmation. It is going to be Zero, Nasty, Paul X, Asim, and Scraps. So that's obviously 5 players. It sounds like Scraps is going to be the sub player or the substitution player, the extra player, the 5th player, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I am very intrigued to see what this team can do. If you look at last year's team, I definitely think at times I think the most consistent for pretty much the whole year of the Ravens last year was Nasty, and then Zero did very well as well. And for the most part, I feel like they were, second and third best on their team. Of course, normally for the most part, Afro was number 1 last year. Then Champs came around, and that was not the case at all. But again, similarly, Asim at one point was arguably the best player on his team. I still think Asim kind of deserves the Major 2 MVP from last season. That's just my opinion. I had mentioned that when it first happened, but you could have literally given the award to anyone on that team, and I don't think anyone really would have been that mad about it. But, of course, Scraps back in the league, of course, really awesome. He was in the CDL a little bit last season with the Paris Legion, or not. Oh, sorry, not last season. I was thinking last season was Cold War for some reason, but no. Yeah, of course, he was in the Cold War season with the Paris Legion. I think he might have been with London for a little bit there as well. I don't remember. Of course, he started off as a London Royal Raven on their first 5-man roster with a couple other players. Of course, Wuskin was on that team. Zero was on that team. I think Dylan and Shawnee were the other ones. And that was, of course, way back in Modern Warfare. So, yeah, it's good to see Scraps back in the league. Maybe Wuskin will get back in the league. Who knows? Anything could happen. But I am intrigued to see how this team pans out. Of course, there are most definitely better teams out there. There are arguably worse teams as well, but I could definitely see this being similar to the Cold War Ravens, where they just never really find success, unfortunately. It's possible. I'm hoping that's not the case. I love Asim. Asim is one of my favorite players in the league, and I just wish nothing but pure happiness and success for that man. So I love Asim. I want to see him win. With that being said, I don't know if it's going to happen. It's possible, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I am intrigued to see what's going to happen with this team. Again, they could have a very good season. They could have a very mediocre season. They could have a very bad season. I would put them in the bad to mediocre size. I don't think they're bad teams by any means, but I could see them just unfortunately not getting over that middle of the pack hump all season long. It's very possible. No matter what way you swing this roster, really, I don't really see there being a for sure, damn, this team is going to find success. It's possible. Of course, Nasty going into his second year in the league is going to be super helpful. I'm sure he'll definitely be able to get some more experience. Again, I think Asim is one of the most underrated players in the league. I think he's a lot like Bance, where he has the potential to take over on the map, and he has the potential to be the best player on the map, and his leadership skills are fantastic. He's incredibly underrated, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'm excited. I am going to do a power rankings of each team here shortly, sometime within the week, probably after my campaign series is done. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this team. I'm intrigued to know how everyone feels about this team. Again, I feel like most people probably already knew this was going to be the team, but we're just waiting for the official announcement. So I am excited. We'll see what they can do. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.